3, and we are live. Now, when it's live, I already learned not to say anything else before or after. So, everybody, again, here we are. So happy to be here. Welcome, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. If you're going to sleep, getting up, getting home from work, I don't care what you're doing. I appreciate you still following with the stories. Here I am at work. Yes, I'm not wearing my work outfit. Thank you, Andres, for joining us right now. So happy because, hey, we're continuing relating to the stories of just human beings. They call it immigrants, but at the end of the day, whatever. We are all the same. We're all human beings. Thank you, Gasta. Saludos, wherever you guys are. It's Friday about 3 p.m. here in, about almost 3 p.m. here in Houston, Texas. And I just have the pleasure right now to be with one of our members, and not only a member, but also becoming a friend to us. And if you're looking up at the description of the video, it says Russia, very big, for a reason. There is people from literally all over the world in this city. So I am just so happy to be here with Luba. She was not able to do the interview before because you caught a cold. I'm gonna let you do the introduction of yourself, but I know that you're gonna miss a lot of things, so then I'll make sure that I do justice to you. So why don't you tell our audience in Rome, Buenos Aires, Colombia, South Korea, Spain, Maria Jose in Colombia, Bogota, why don't you tell a little bit about yourself, your name, maybe your age, or whatever information you like to tell people.
Sure, so my name is Luba. Sorry for my voice, I am a little sick. I moved to the U.S. when I was a child with my parents, and we moved all around the Northeast. So I've lived in Detroit, in Pennsylvania, in Connecticut, in New York, and then I've also lived actually in South America. So I lived in Peru and Buenos Aires, and then
Spanish.
Sí,
Habla español,
sí, habla
perfecto.
Español con el acento argentino. Uf. And now I've been living here in Houston for the last 2.5 years. So what I'm working on right now is mostly local public policy work. So there's a lot of really great initiatives that have been happening. I actually worked on the Welcoming Houston initiative, which was a big community initiative to write a community plan to make Houston more welcoming to immigrants. And so there were tons of people who were involved. The plan was presented to the mayor. It's public online. You can go find it.
How long is this plan? I mean, just quickly.
Yeah.
How old is this proposal?
So how long is it?
Yeah. How old is has been on as a proposal, for the immigrants and everything?
So it was finalized in the end of last month, so at the end of January.
Okay, cool. So born in what city?
Moscow.
Moscow. Not been, but hey, I'm coming, baby.
It's great. You should go.
But everybody's telling me, don't go in the wintertime. That's when I want to go. I want to go to a place and experience as its max, Thank you, Nati Montoya. Thank you, Arnaldo, for joining us right now. If you appreciate, we like the thumbs up that you give us over here. Born in Moscow, so you speak fluent Russian, and then your parents live where?
My mom and my stepdad live in New York, and then my dad and my stepmom live in Wisconsin.
In Wisconsin, okay. So you're already fully immersed into the American culture. Arnaldo saying hi. Maybe you've seen him over here.
Oh yeah, hey.
One of our members. How often do you go back home?
So when I was a kid, I used back home to Russia.
Russia. Let's say. How often do you go to your homeland?
My homeland, yeah. So I used to go back every summer as a kid until I was maybe like 14. And now I go back less often, but once every few years.
Every few years,
every few years, yeah. And my grandparents are still alive, 3 of them. And so only one of them lives still in Russia, but we do have family friends, and so I've gone back.
Yeah, wow. So it's a country, it's a beautiful country with beautiful people, with a lot of maybe a lot of controversy lately because of including Americans and President Trump and all this media. What they do, selling the negative. That's what I believe. Thank you. We got people here from from Turkey, from Colombia. They're asking. We are waiting for the Spanish. You said it, now you're in trouble.
So, I can, but I don't want people to not understand. People who are not from Spanish-speaking countries.
Spanish-speaking. No, we'll see.
Puedo hablar. ¿Qué quieren que digo?
Normally what we do with people that speak Spanish, we do 5-6 minutes on the English one, and then we switch to the Spanish one. Because my mom was the one that said, "Mijito, you look so good, but I don't understand crap you're saying." So
Yeah,
we
we
started
could do
doing the Spanish. I can do the Italian. So Andres Ordóñez is going like, yes.
Okay,
Thank you
we'll
so
do
much.
it, we'll do it.
So you moved here. How do you think being a foreigner, how do you think already being immersed into the American culture has changed you as a person, as a professional, has created value to you?
It's been, I mean, for my whole family, and obviously to me because of the opportunities my parents got when they came here. My parents came here seeking a better life and an education. They came here to get their PhDs. I'm fortunate enough to come from a family that was quite well educated under communist times. And so the kinds of opportunities that have been afforded to my parents here, I don't think they could have gotten in Russia. And me similarly, you know, I went to a great university.
So you can relate to the stories that your parents told you about, you know, how life was so different when it was a communist, 100% communist country.
Very much so. My very first memory is standing in line for food because there were food shortages. And so you would constantly you would stand in line to be able to eat, to feed your family.
Correct.
And so we came to the U.S. because it wasn't, I mean, many people suffered through it, but we had the opportunity to live here.
Because in this particular case, you're 100% American, because you know, even your English is completely, fully immersed into this country, like, you know, have an accent. Accent doesn't mean anything. But also, somehow you grew up in a household with your parents being Russian, you know, in a way you grasp and it comes in your bloodstream. How do you think that has been able to make you a better citizen?
I think being a citizen is about understanding the value that your country brings to you and also engaging with how your government represents you and what your government does. And so for me, being both Russian and also American, I love America, I love being here, but I can also have the outsider perspective of seeing, well, this is how the world sees us. This is how we're portrayed abroad, right? I can read the Russian media, the Spanish-speaking media, and see, okay, this is how the American media from either side is portraying something that we're doing, and here's how other people are reacting. And I think growing up with that perspective of always seeing, like, there's so many narratives. I think that gives you some perspective, and it allows you to see, okay, well, everything the government does benefits some people and might disadvantage others. And so how do you weigh that? How do you engage with that, right? Like, we in America, I think the democracy here that's been here for, you know, several hundred years is so strong. And then you look at what's happened in other countries, some might suggest my homeland, where democracy has not managed to take as firm of a hold. And so what are the conditions under which that happens? How do you think about those models in relationship to the models of government we have here? I think being an immigrant has allowed me to take that step back and both look at the system, but also look outside the system at the broader system itself.
Correct, I agree. So welcome Karen and David, bienvenidos. DNG, thank you so much for joining us right now, taking a little bit of your time on a Friday afternoon. Friday here, because some people are already going to sleep or are in the party right now. Very quickly, what do you tell our audience what you do?
Okay, great. Right. So I currently do public policy consulting. That's mostly working here with local groups, the local government, lots of great community organizations, helping them think through ideas, make their ideas come to fruition. I also do improv comedy.
I was gonna say, that's part of the job.
That's part of the job.
Boring, right?
That's the job.
But she's also an artist. She does improv, and you also attend to your friends' improvs, like tonight.
Yeah, my friend. Yeah, so there's an incredible artistic community here. There's a lot of things you kind of have to seek out. I think people from other cities come to Houston. They say, well, nothing's happening in Houston. That's not true.
That's one of the things. Yeah, you're so right. You come here, like in New York City, you walk in and everything is happening, apparently.
Right.
But here, there's so much going on, but you have to be connected, or at least somehow.
You just have to find it.
You have to find it. Yeah.
And once you find one thing, you'll start building on that network, and you'll find much more.
And then it's a problem because there's too much going on.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, like no. It's just I'm doing this right here. I cannot attend to 20 events or 20 things.
And what I really like about Houston is that it's really accessible. Like in New York, you might see comedy, and you're never going to see those people. You're never going to hang out with those people. Here, the scene is really good, but it's pretty. I mean, it's small and it's accessible, so you can get to know those people.
Of course.
You want to do comedy here? Like, sign up for a class, and you'll very quickly start to know some of the best artists.
So, Rao, she's gonna give us a taste of the improv. And that's what it's called, improv, right?
Well, actually, so there was a show, Second City from Chicago, which is a really big improv theater. They came or performed yesterday, and I got a chance to perform with them.
Perform there?
So
Awesome.
got some good laugh lines.
Oh, awesome,
A little
awesome.
inappropriate,
I
but
look
good
forward to
lines.
actually making it to one of your shows.
should come.
Yeah, I'll put it on my calendar.
Good.
Now, we promised to make this series of interviews not too long, so you have the time to relate, to maybe listen to somebody else who's also living abroad. It wasn't her choice because your parents made the decision for you. It's a different case. Maybe, for instance, Caro, she's my cousin. She's moving to New York City very soon.
Oh, fun.
I don't know if I've made this public without your permission.
It's okay.
Sorry
I
about
love
that.
New York City. I went to college there. It's amazing. You're gonna love it.
It's an amazing city. So, with that being said, what message could you leave our audience today in regard to if they're a female, younger, thinking to move to another place, but they have the fear, or they have these obstacles about money, or what are people going to think about me, or my English is terrible, or my language, or what can you tell us? Tell them.
Don't be afraid. It will work out for you. The most important thing you can do is try to live an honest life. Go, if you have a passion that pulls you, think through how you can try to get it. But also don't be afraid to take a risk, right? Think about it, try to protect yourself, create a safety net, but jump, you know, and you'll have people to catch you there. And so I moved to Peru without a good plan. I moved to Buenos Aires without a plan.
So you lived, you know, for being so
I've done that.
so young, you lived all over the place.
Yeah.
Now, keeping the promise to keep it short. Now we're gonna do something really quick. Thank you so much for the beautiful message, because I know a lot of people are going to relate to that. Any comments, any thumbs up, we appreciate. If you think this has any value to you, please share it on your wall. If you get a chance to subscribe, follow us. And the third thing, I do have friends that are Russians. You know, they live here, they live in Russia, and they live in, maybe now not in Russia any longer, in Europe. Why don't you tell them a message about Houston in Russian?
Хьюстон очень великолепный город, и если у вас есть шанс, я вам очень советую сюда приехать и посмотреть, как здесь отлично.
And that's it about Houston. What about the events in Houston?
Не, ну хорошо. Здесь очень много всего, да. Здесь отличные рестораны, говорят, что здесь одни из самых лучших ресторанов вообще в Штатах. Здесь очень много импров, театров, здесь балет великолепный. Здесь вот все художественного, здесь так много, я вам очень советую это все посмотреть.
So clear for me in Russian.
You understood every part of it, right?
I understood improv for sure. Thank you
I
so
don't know
much.
how to say that in Russian. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
no, it's like in Italian and in Colombia. We use a lot of we import the words from the American language because it was created probably
Yeah,
here.
we do in Russian too.
So thank you so much for taking your time to be here. Rodolfo, he was here yesterday exploding the network. He's a public figure, so we got in. He's like going crazy all over the place. So we're about to switch to Spanish. Si hablas español, esta señorita rusa también habla muy bien español. Y Oscar Tejada, ya viene la entrevista en español. So my mom doesn't get mad at me. Here, we're about to switch to Spanish. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying yes.
Thank you for having me.
And well, we're immigrants. I am an immigrant.
I'm also an immigrant.
And if you're not an immigrant, we are human beings above everything else. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and share it, like it. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.